just gonna hit play.
Record. Yeah.
There we go. Yep.
Don't hit play. Hit record.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, check this out. Never. Oh, that's funny.
So it says to Mabel, it says,
My father.
so I looked down and realized I'm standing there in my boxers
With Mabel? Mabel
in the 7-Eleven. How did I even get there?
Mabel likes briefs. I just want you to know. It's kind of dumb that I'm doing the mouth thing because, like, you're going to blur my face so you can't see it. But,
Yeah, there's just me like, there's just going to be dead air right there. And
then,
just me looking at you like,
and then just, yeah.
what are you doing?
Trust me, that's one thing I ask myself each and every day.
Oh, man, I was asking myself that yesterday hard. Like, why am I here? Why am I here?
I'm telling you.
I got into it with my assistant manager again, and...
The ass manager. He's always the... Oh, wait, I'm not trying to discredit Beth because she was my ass manager, but, we didn't care about that job. It's different. It's worse when you have that ass manager that...
lives for his job.
Yeah, that's his... The title is his life, yeah.
Oh, and how?
And sad. It's sad.
Oh, so bad. And...
No names, because...
No. But he...
that guy.
They're not going to watch the show, but they know who they are.
They know who you are.
But, I mean, he's like the one person in that place I cannot stand. And kind of got into it just a bit before lunch and like, I don't know if I want to come back from lunch today.
That heavy? Yeah.
That bad. Like, I'm just sitting there, like, I'm at lunch and I'm just scrolling through Indeed.
Okay, yeah. I was going to say, did you say you don't want to go back, like, today or just, like, period? You know what I mean?
Period.
Yeah.
Or like, funny. At least a day. Like, at least take, rest of, it was Friday. So I'm just like.
Thanks for the other weekend, asshole. Yeah.
I was like, do I start my weekend right now on Friday afternoon?
Yeah.
Next week's a short week. Do I just like,
Yeah, just start. Nobody's going to be working, top speed between now and then.
Oh, my God, dude. I looked at the schedule book. Monday is going to be a bedlam. A cluster wrench.
Are you going to experience Black Friday auto mechanic shop?
Basically.
Yeah, seems like
basically.
That's sad.
Well,
at least here you could hurt the people that are rampaging. They got quite a bit of tools, In Toys R Us, well, that doesn't exist no more. In Sears, that doesn't exist no more. I mean, in Kmart, okay, whatever store still exists now, where they're rushing through the doors.
Showing your age here, Tony.
Yeah, half of that was intended and half wasn't. That's what was funny. Like, Toys R Us was not intended, but then I was like, I'm pretty sure they're gone. Like, there's maybe a little kiosk somewhere. Yeah.
What? Woolworths?
Woolworths?
You shop at Woolworths in Montgomery?
Yeah. The day my Montgomery Ward card is no longer accepted is the day I don't know. How long ago did that die? I feel like it was dead before I was born.
God, that was...
Maybe
Montgomery Wards? No.
90s?
90s.
Okay. I'd
have to look it up, but like at least 90, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Because the toolbox I got from my dad that I still use today was a Montgomery Ward. It says Powercraft on it.
It's kind of funny because that name, it doesn't... To me, if you see that name, it's like a swap meet name. You know what I mean? Powercraft.
That was their house brand.
Yeah, well, that's what, you have Craftsman. Yeah. That has an air of legitimacy, it feels nice, but like Powercraft, it sounds like, the dude bros slamming his Mountain Dew, the Powercraft, and it's like, dude.
I mean, that's like it's the house brand's like great value.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Sam's Club.
Yeah, you're right, yeah. Kirkland,
yeah.
Kirkland.
It's just the in-house brand, but actually, Powercraft tools are pretty durable. I've got a screwdriver I use like every day. That toolbox is 40 years old.
Yeah.
And still just holding up.
Well, I want to say, like Sears was notorious for that too. Or that, I'm sure there's more than one company because Montgomery Ward was like a catalog company too, right?
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of those did, were...
Oh, God, they started like in the late 1800s.
Well, who was older, them or Sears? Do you know?
I want to say Sears.
Yeah, I kind of felt
no.
No? Well,
no, I think you're right. Montgomery Ward's, I think, is older, and they started as a catalog company, mail order stuff.
Yeah,
and then Sears kind of came later as a department store.
I wonder how well they did with their mail order bride service, man, because that'd be kind of neat where, they master the catalog. So, like, did they include the packing peanuts, or was it like,
I have a story about that. Okay, this is a story I got from another story.
Wait.
Or a story I got from somewhere
Secondhand
else.
story? Okay.
Yeah.
You didn't experience it? You weren't there?
No, it's
Okay.
a channel I watch on YouTube, VinWiki.
Oh, God damn it, man.
I told you.
Stop dropping
Hey,
names.
I gotta.
Where's my-
You know,
Alright.
unlike the cable news networks, I have to cite my work. You know, they can use anonymous sources and say it's true. I have to cite my work.
That's not saying you're... Well, you're just... I guess.
Otherwise, it's plagiarism.
Well, no, you just... You can say from a YouTube channel I watched, but you don't need to drop the name.
Okay.
Yeah, see? There
Well,
you go.
no, they use anonymous sources, and I've got more. I try to have at least more moral scruples than CNN. So
So you're saying you want me to go onto that channel and find a specific incident you're speaking about just to verify that what you're saying is true?
if you've got that kind of time and
Yeah.
that kind of interest in it, go for it. And actually, it's a really good channel. They tell a lot of fun stories.
Not as good. Well, not as good as Discussions with Davis.
Not nearly as good
Yeah,
as
come on,
Discussions with
man.
Davis, which is almost as good as Jive Ass Alien.
Well, so you said a YouTube channel. That's why I was like, okay, I'm
Okay.
audio only. Yeah.
You're audio only.
I'm trying to give you that realm for yourself, man.
Thank you, though. But I do have more views than CNN Plus.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah,
Now we're talking. So,
which no longer exists.
damn, we're not supposed to supply all the thing, man.
You know, okay, but anyways, mail order brides. Yeah, Beth's not here, so there's no guardrails. There's no one there to keep us in line.
Oh, I didn't think she would be upset about motor brides. Unless we're trying to give websites, but
Okay, so I'm watching this channel on YouTube, VinWiki, and this guy's telling a story about, he had just bought a brand new Corvette,
yeah.
and he was talking about product quality, about whether or not a company stands behind their product. You buy a thing, and then there's a problem with it. How much factory support are you getting from the people who made it? A TV, a car, a couch.
So you're so this talking about not going, because I know I see that a lot, but not going to like the distributor. So not like whether he bought it from, but who actually made it.
Like how good is the warranty on this?
But are you saying so like it's for the Corvette? So he's looking at Chevrolet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
They
kind
make
of what
the
we're
bet.
going. He didn't buy it from them, obviously, because you
You
can't buy direct from whatever. But
You can buy it from a dealership. Yeah, you can't buy it from the factory anymore.
right. Yeah.
But anyways, he was working at a dealership and selling some cars, and I think he bought a brand new Corvette. And so this guy came in, and he bought a few cars from there. They had a bit of a relationship.
So it's
Hey, Mr. Johansson.
yeah. How's it going, man? How's the whatever Beetle? I don't know. Whatever.
Well, it was a Chevy. It was a GM dealership.
I couldn't think of a GM car. That's why I just threw the first car that came out.
We were just talking about Corvettes.
Yeah, but another car. You know what I mean? Because he didn't buy another
Truck?
Corvette.
I don't know. But anyways,
Chevy truck. Yeah.
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But anyways, the guy was talking about, and they just stand there talking, and then, and you'd known the guy for a couple of years, every so often.
So they're familiar. They're chummy.
Familiar, yeah.
First name basis, probably. Yeah.
Very much first name. You buy the car, and then you're bringing it back for services and whatnot.
Yeah.
I
You got that rapport.
I need the oil change. I need the tires rotated, whatnot. They got that rapport.
Hey, this light went out. Like, oh yeah, we'll switch it for you, man. Don't worry.
Got it. And so then one day he notices
Your family. When you're here, your family. Yeah.
Oh God, don't ever.
I hate that shit. Yeah. If you hear that, turn around and run away. 'Cause
It's like you don't know my family.
yeah, that's kind of the. I guess I was thinking the other side, because it's like, like, oh, hey, we're here with family. Like, if you met a lot of my family, you don't want to welcome them, So yeah, fuck off.
Yeah, I married up, so
Yeah.
Are we talking about my blood relatives or my in-laws?
Yeah, there's a huge shift.
There's a
there.
huge difference, and even then, some of our in-laws. Well, you can ask Beth for the dirt, but even then, some of
No,
my
that's
in-laws
true.
are kind of
Yeah, they're on there.
Getting back.
Yeah. Don't want to insult Beth.
Okay, so he notices. Oh no, she'll tell you all about it.
Okay.
She can dish the dirt. I'll leave. Those are her.
Well, I was gonna say I feel different though when that the person that's the insulter is not here because that's they have she knows her family, we don't.
Yeah.
Or at least
I'll leave the dish and the dirt on that to her. She knows more of the details, anyways.
Yeah.
But anyways, Mr.
Johansson. Yeah.
Good fake name. Walks in. The guy notices, and hey, got a ring there. Hey, Mr. Johansson, you got married? Wow, what happened? He was like, oh, my bride arrived. He contacted a mail order bride service.
Wait, did the guy be like, hold on, what did you say? Did she arrive? Or what did he just...
wait. Yeah, I got married.
So
they sat there and talked about it, and that he...
Trying to get out the details?
like, wait, what? Yeah. And so it was a mail order bride from some Asian country. And so a few years, they and it's going great and whatnot, and like.
Did he ever bring her in?
I think so. I don't remember.
He could have just like forwarded her to the dealership, maybe save on shipping costs. I don't know.
No. It wasn't the guy at the dealership that got married.
Well, that's what I mean.
It was
though.
a customer.
Yeah, but like he'll have her shipped there instead of like driving her there.
All right. See if you can get the wholesale discount.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hey, cut out the middleman. All right.
That's right. Save that shipping. Save that shipping fee.
She doesn't need all those packing peanuts. Or just go.
All right. So talking about and after a while he was really excited. Mr. Johansson was really excited, looking forward to a child.
Oh wow.
And then sees Mr. Johansson a little while later. Notices he now has 2 rings.
Oh, yeah.
2 rings. Like, what happened there?
Yeah.
His bride died in childbirth.
Oh shit.
Or shortly after due to the complications of childbirth.
Yeah, I forget what they call
Baby survived, baby's healthy, baby's okay.
Yeah.
And I mean it had been a few years since their marriage, and after a little while, a few years later, a kid,
Yeah.
About 3 years or so.
So it wasn't her first, like the first year there, she was having a child and died.
Right.
Okay, all right.
So they got married, a few years go by, and they start having this kid.
Yeah, and she dies.
Well, she dies shortly after, due to birth complications and whatnot. And the company that sent the bride somehow found out about this, or maybe Johansson made contact with them.
Yeah.
Like, hey, just to let you know, she died from medical complications, I don't know. It's like, just to let you know what happened.
Yeah.
And the shipper.
Yeah, the mail order.
The human
entity. I'm trying to give it
the import office. There we go.
Yeah. The import-export.
The import-export office sent the sister as a replacement, free of charge.
I don't know if that's the story I heard of recently, but I didn't kind of delve into it or nothing. But it's like, I don't know how. Well, the thing is, so the guy, there's a lot of questions, obviously, but like, so the guy, that's where I was confused. So he had the 2 rings, so he just kind of kept one in memory of her, I guess.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And then married the sister.
Yeah, and got another ring.
It's like, what kind of? That's a full replacement warranty, man. Who else is doing that after 3 years? If you're driving your car and the engine explodes,
yeah, you're shit out of luck. Yeah. Oh well, it's
GM
yours.
right now, and I'm just throwing shade at GM. They're always embroiled in lawsuits.
Yeah.
I mean, and they got out of one because their replacement warranty says, we cover manufacturing defects, if there's a problem with how it was assembled, or if the materials used weren't good enough and it fails.
Yeah.
But designs, that's not covered. So if it's just a cruddy design and it breaks, well,
and that's kind of, I guess, how, far back or how deep the auto industry is or whatever, but there's definitely like, QCs and checks and balances and stuff, like reasons. And that's kind of why, growing up, when I started hearing about like cars being built in other countries, I always had a thing like, dude, I've seen the videos of them. Like, I don't trust them to handle, pack of napkins. Like, you're going to send me a goddamn
2,000-pound
combustion.
Machine?
Yeah. And it's like, are you insane? But I mean, I don't. But then you start seeing like the Pinto and shit like that. It's like, well, obviously we don't give a shit about a lot of stuff either. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man.
Well, okay, I'll come in on the Pinto and say that it was actually the Pinto died from somebody trying to establish his political career.
Ross Perot? Was it
Ralph Nader?
Oh yeah, that's the other. Why do you think Ross Perot? He's a bigger guy.
Ralph Nader was trying to make a name for himself, and he did that by picking on the Pinto. In that, if you rear-ended it with a big, heavy vehicle with the right amount of gas in it, under the right circumstances, it would catch fire and explode.
Yeah.
Or at least catch fire.
Yeah.
You could puncture the gas tank. Now, it was a subcompact car. Compare that car, the Pinto, to any other car in the same category, approximately same size and weight.
Chevy Vega? Was that
the Vega?
Okay,
the Gremlin, the
Gremlin,
the Pacer,
yeah,
which replaced the Gremlin.
Okay, I thought.
But yeah, the Vega, anything else, the Monza, anything else around that time the same size. Where was the gas tank? Even my Toyota Corolla. Where was the gas tank?
But was it mounted like that in the back?
Yes,
Yeah.
right behind the back bumper.
Because I remember the whole, my aunt used to have an old Nova, the behind the license plate. You pump it.
Yeah.
And people
Cars
say
for decades, that was where the gas tank was right there.
but it wasn't the gas tank like under it though?
It was under the trunk floor, yeah.
But I remember saw videos like where the Pinto had it like standing or something.
I don't think so.
See, I'd have to look better because that's kind of where I didn't hear as much of like the side of where Ralph Nader's deal with it, because I mean cars, even today we have a percentage of cars that are like very like not safe.
Yeah,
it's just kind of the default. Not ideally, not too many people are buying them, so they don't make as much, so you don't see them on the road or whatever. But the Pinto was like popular,
It was popular because it was cheap.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Because
it was a good economic entry-level vehicle.
Well, it was the gas dealy, right? When we had the embargoes and stuff. Yeah. So
people were looking for things with gas mileage.
Yes, but that's kind of my thing. But again, we'd have to go deep into the Vega deal. But
like anything, in that category where you've got the trunk lid that opens up, the fifth door hatch.
Yeah.
The hatch there, and you've got that flat trunk floor.
Yeah.
Your gas tank is probably right underneath that.
See, that's kind of where I got confused because now I'd have to research it more.
In fact, for a while, I believe it was on certain models, Mustangs and I think Cougars, Ford's, the gas tank was literally the floor of the trunk.
Oh, so it just whatever the frame was, it bolted straight to it, kind of. Yeah.
And that was your trunk floor.
Well, shoot, you look at the trucks or vehicles from the 30s or 40s, and the gas tank's like sticking out. You know what I mean? Like you can see the fill cap, and then the tank is right down there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I mean, a good solid sledgehammer will crack that or whatever. Well,
that was before safety was invented.
Yeah, I guess. But that's kind of my idea that like it's how. Maybe this whole, this is way before that, but Hollywood did a whole deal to make that worse. Because I mean, Hollywood, a car like,
oh god,
taps a parking meter like, boom, yeah. The city's block is leveled. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, in Hollywood, the Last Action Hero did a great take on that. Just cashing in. It's like you shoot a car and it just explodes into a fireball, or you hit the fender and it explodes.
Yeah, Grand Theft Auto, you have to aim at the cap at least, man. But in the movies here, you shoot like the roof or whatever, and it's boom, just calamity. Yeah.
Or GTA 5, you gotta sit there and hit either just the right spot or at least a couple mag dumps.
Yeah, just like one of these will get you, man.
Yeah,
that's funny. But
that's good enough machine gun, and you're just mag dumping. Eventually, it'll blow up.
Yeah, it'll take a while. But like, I like one of my favorite parts in the Last Action Hero. I've only seen like 2 times, like completely. But I like when they're driving or running away or something, and he's like deliberately just hitting every car on the side. Like the street is dual lane, and I mean he's all alone on the road, but he's like deliberately going back and forth so he can hit every car. And it's kind of like, man, just that's funny. That shit cracks me up. Anyway, on to the show.
Hi.
Well, I forgot. We should have done the segue way back, but when we're talking about kind of the now let's go a little closer. We're talking about 70s, 80s, gas trouble, but another sort of nostalgia thing. I just found out this last night, so it's very fresh off the press, even though this was printed in 11/19. But can you guess what 90s fad is making a comeback?
And when? What year?
A 90s fad. So
90s,
from the 90s
fad. Yeah. And when was this article written?
Today or last couple days.
90s fad that's making a comeback.
Well, here it might not be a fad that they don't really have fads announced all the time, but think of a trend from the 90s, only the 90s, that went away but somehow people are trying to bring it back. You get one shot to.
Oh God.
Let's say mid 90s if you want to.
Mid 90s.
So not Pet Rocks, not
No, that was the 70s.
Yeah, exactly. Not I'm trying to think what Slinkies. That's before that. Man, it's not Beanie Babies.
Okay, so we're talking clothing?
No. It's just a fad.
A fad. Things people did.
See, I don't want to get too close to it.
I mean,
I don't want to say define the 90s, but it was a craze. It was a craze that came and went, A
craze that came in.
So not like pagers, because one pager is still used, but that was a major 90s thing, but that still exists. So what's a trend? It was popular with the youth. That's the last I'm giving you because I'm not jellies, not Skippets.
High tops?
That's not a bad guess, but no, it's not high tops.
Not high tops. Okay.
I'll give you 2 more shots because I'm kind of disappointed you went that way.
Well, you said not clothing, but something people did, or just a trend.
What's something that like, you know, you talk to somebody that was born in the 2000s and they'll never understand. They're like, that sounds dumb, which is every trend, but it's like it just came and went. Like it was only spoken of in historical terms. You know what I mean? It's not something that, it wasn't Pokemon that stayed around. It wasn't what's other shit that they bring back and forth? Furbies, I don't know, shit like that. But it's a fad.
A fad that was everywhere. What, the Tickle Me Elmos?
That's not a bad guess because I think it was 99, but that's too late.
Okay,
You're getting one more. And
am I getting closer?
no, I'm disappointed you're this far off. I think it's because it's so niche.
Well, not in that, but you know, in my defense, you're doing a really crap explanation here.
Well, I'm trying to be as vague as possible. I can't tell you.
Well, you're
like,
succeeding in strides.
that's my talent, but it's not clothing. It's a trend. It was a product. It was
product trend.
popular
A
with the
trendy
youth.
product, a youth
the
product
youth.
from the mid '90s that kind of came and went.
My
Mid
God,
'90s.
Mark, I'm kind of disappointed, man.
They're trying to bring back what? Pog?
Pogs, man.
Oh
The
Lord!
mighty Pog.
Again?
It only came back once.
It came back once. Yeah, it's like they.
Well, it didn't
see,
come
the
back
Simpsons-
once. It was only here once.
It's like it's Alf. He's back in
Pog.
Pog form.
Well, see, it wasn't popular then either. That's why
No.
they made fun of it. Yeah, but now it's making a comeback. Pogs briefly took over the world before disappearing for 30 years. With new owners and new products, it's ready to cash in the 90s craze.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty stupid. It's kind of funny because I feel like maybe throughout the show, I might have talked about it a little bit, like playing Pog. And you know,
Actually, what reminded me, we somehow got on the subject of that at work, and I have
that's hilarious.
I have 2 Gen Zers at work. Actually, 3.
Yeah. And they didn't know?
No, they called it by the whatever the new name is.
Oh, well, see, that's not. I think that's different. See, that's kind of what we'd have to. I can't base it off to
Because that's
sample.
I mean, that's
sizes.
what companies do now. They just take old stuff, put a new name on it, and slip it out. You know, because Malibu Stacy's got a new hat.
No, that's different, man. Don't diss Malibu Stacy. I don't know. Is she still around?
Dude, the Simpsons are great because they make a good. You know, Simpsons, Family Guy, and Futurama are great reference points. You can make analogies off of them.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you explain gaslighting? That's one of my favorites because it's like Family Guy. Peter is in an elevator with another guy. It's just Peter and one other guy. Peter farts and looks right at the guy and says, "It was you."
Yeah, it was you.
It was you.
Yeah, it was you.
It's like that is gaslighting right there.
But see, so Pogs, it's kind of funny. Throughout the show, I feel like I've thrown in little tidbits, but I have fond memories of playing with friends and shit like that. As a kid, you know, we used to have the. Did you ever play Pogs?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, like, of course. I thought, even at my youth.
I mean, I was like 10, so I'm trying to remember,
Right.
but you know.
Yeah, I was like in 4th grade or something. But like, it's one of those where I even as a kid, I sort of recognize how like quickly it came and went. Like I remember one minute we're like running around buying Pogs, and I have those clear sleeves.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the stack of the cardboard and then my cool slammers. And all, and then like the next minute you just blinked and then like nobody gave a shit about those anymore.
Yeah, that was the weird thing about it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It was.
I mean, I had a binder full of them. I was hanging on to them like, dude, these are gonna be valuable someday.
Oh no,
And
not
it's like,
even,
nope.
yeah. No, see me, I just dumped them as soon as like it was over. But it was, you know, years later I would like think back and I wish I could like, you know, when I see pictures of them, see like the Pogs that had, you know, the Simpsons on it or the Power Rangers, you know,
Alf.
I never got that. I never liked Alf. I used to watch as a kid, but I never. Yeah, it's kind of dumb. Now when I watch, I don't like it. It's kind of a jack. He's one of the. He puts us aliens to shame. You know. E.T. He got us hooked on Reese's Pieces, but Alf, he just trying to eat cats. Like, yeah, I ain't trying to do that.
Throw biscuits at people.
That's what he did. I don't even remember.
There was one episode where he like was peeking through the kitchen window and just like
chucking it.
He didn't like somebody that came. You know, they were
That's
having a
kinda funny.
visitor, and he's like, "I've invented a new game, biscuit hooking."
Oh, you mean the window like that separates the living room and the kitchen?
Yeah.
Yeah. What are those called, man? I don't see those often.
Uh-huh.
I like those. Those are cool because you could be hiding in the kitchen. You know. Listen to people talk shit about you. But so Pogs, they're coming back, which is pretty dumb, I think. But so it's one of those. I have fond memories of playing it and with friends and stuff. But it's definitely not something.
I loved collecting slammers.
That was your thing.
That was my thing.
Did you ever sort of realize, or did it kind of bum you out once you know? Because I used to like those a lot. Those cool heavy metal slammers.
Yeah, the big brass clangers. Yeah,
3-inch sticks or something. And then sometimes they have like the dinosaur grooves in it to make it look cool, like the finger stuff.
Yeah,
all that kind of, yeah.
I tripped out on that. I've always been interested in coins. Yeah. So those big heavy medallions, I thought like that's really neat.
All right, do you still have your Pogs or your slammers?
Nope.
Oh shit. Okay, I thought I was gonna. Well, so now you can buy these packs online and buy them. But
yeah, I'm not buying them.
But did you realize though the slammers, the bigger the ones that they are, they're useless in the game. I cannot make them flip.
I was never too sure on how to play the game anyways. So.
Oh, okay. So you just like winged it?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I play for keeps, but usually like my plastic ones would be better, like the kind of thicker ones. Or if they were metal, but they were thinner. Because the thick ones, you just land it and it was a thud. But yeah, I had the little technique, hit the little corner, make them flip. Oh, yeah, man. This is kind of cool, though. This is how the game started, or how it became. Way back in the 1920s, kids in Hawaii who were 7 decades ahead of their time began pulling the milk caps off bottles and creating games with them. In particular, they seized on those that came from Halikali Dairy on Maui, which was known for its Pog and Blazing bottle caps used to promote its Passion Orange Guava Juice.
Oh.
Yeah, you like that? It's a little...
Passion Orange Guava Juice.
Wait, I don't know. It wasn't appropriate, but it's close enough.
So this is the first button you hit.
Well, no, I had a sad trombone, which that one makes me laugh. But
I was gonna say that's more of a oh.
Yeah. I
see the light.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I need a little like. I
had sometimes wondered where the name came from. I was like, what?
Yeah, Pog. Yeah, but it's Passion Orange Guava Juice.
Okay.
See that on your next Jeopardy quiz next
week. There you go. Now you're ready, folks. Remember that.
Passion.
You ever find yourself on Jeopardy or Millionaire,
Hey, it's going to be your final question.
Is that show still running? Millionaire?
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Yeah.
They switched so many. The last I saw a promo, and I think it was just last week, but I don't know if it's an old promo because they were talking about dude because he got a cancer diagnosis. But the guy from Full House, the comedian guy, the puppet guy, I forget his name.
The one with Uncle Joey?
No, Uncle Joey's the slick-haired guy. The other guy. He had the chipmunk and stuff. He was a comedian.
Like Teddy or something like that? Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, he's something like that. But that guy, he's got cancer. But yeah, you had Bob Saget, of course. The mighty Bob Saget, who was the dad. And then you had... It's funny because I don't care about that show at all. But I give it props because of Bob Saget.
It's just sort of stuck in our brains.
Yeah. It's one of those, Family Matters. I don't like that show, but it's stuck. It's
something the 90s got right was it was like peak family entertainment. We'd finally gotten rid of like most of the racism and sexism from the 80s and 90s. Old Archie Bunker there.
Well, but I think shows like that though they were supposed to be like that. I think
it was a very optimistic time, and so you had there went the circuit breaker.
Oh, okay. I thought it was gonna I'm gonna pause real quick.
I think I just overloaded the power strip.
Yeah.
We will now have a short intermission.
Man, we're gonna have a lot of fun trying to splice it together.
Oh, yay! Fix it in post.
All right.
Minor pause outage.
And we're back.
Minor power outage there.
It's too much good stuff flowing through these veins.
That's what happens when doing a lot of it. You're just kind of redneck my way through and working without permits. Everything's ran off extension cords.
Yeah, let's do this.
Which I'm gonna have to make a dilemma on that later when we go to move out of this place. Like, how much of this do I want to take with me, and how much do I want to just leave?
You want to hit the lights? Maybe that'll save a bit, or as long as it's fine.
Oh, let me close this curtain.
You getting all the cold in your back?
Let all the warm air out.
Oh yeah, it's sucking up all the cold. Let's see here.
Usually when I run the heater or the air conditioner in summer, you run the AC.
Yeah.
I gotta close that back up. It just kicked on. It'll kick off for after a minute. I turned it down, but usually when I do that, I run a separate power source for
just
them.
For that, yeah.
Yeah, that way we don't have this problem. Because the first time it happened, I think it was Jay and I were out here at night.
Oh.
Poof! Hey, we're in the dark.
Yeah, pitch black. You're like, is that your hand or mine?
That's not my hand.
I got my two. I got my two too. I don't. Oh, I just ran out.
Read. So, anyways, passion orange guava juice.
Yeah, I was gonna quiz you on it. Good job.
Ching.
Yeah. Well,
Hey.
I saw a rim shot and that was actually appropriate, but I panicked. All right. So the guy, let's give him a name. Alan Rapinski. I like the sort of degrees of separation or whatever, but Rapinski was a car enthusiast. In 1972, he bought an upstart miracle formula that a chemist had invented and renamed it Armorall.
Huh.
The guy with, Armorall. In 1979, he sold it for $50 million.
Dang.
Damn, that's 79 money. That's some good cash.
Yeah. That's, let's see, 1979, $50 million. That's like Bezos money.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like Bezos, Elon money right there.
How much he makes like in a day, probably.
Yeah.
So in the 90s, he saw a report about kids playing this game and they threw in the heavier slammer on them. And so he got an idea that he bought the trademark from Pog in 1993. And he launched the World Pog Federation featuring Pogman. Remember Pogman?
Nope.
Yeah, me neither. He looks like
like Captain Caveman.
Yeah, I was going to say when they have there you go, a better picture of him. Yeah, he looks like a caveman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Copyright infringement.
Patent pending?
Patent pending. So he's the one that made Pog global, whatever. But the dominance was short-lived. The Pog market crashed in just a couple of years. I'm surprised they don't tell you, but I feel like it's a lot closer than that. So basically the IP, nobody gave a shit about Pog. Nobody owned Pog. Until in 2019, Julian Savino, whose father was the official brand licensee for France, Italy, and Spain in the 90s for Pog.
Okay.
So there's some family there, you know what I mean? What do you call it? Legacy, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd rather not have a Pog legacy, but
hey,
it's $50 million.
$50 million. I could be a part of a family.
I could be a Pog man.
Yeah.
But this is kind of where now. Well, I mean, honestly, I don't give a shit.
I mean, you don't have
either.
to tell people it's Pog. He's like, I sell children's games.
That's true. Yeah, I'm on par with Parker Brothers and Mattel.
There you go. There you go. See, it's all in the branding.
As soon as you say that, people just go, "Ooh, you're looking pretty handsome all of a sudden."
That's it, man.
So this is where it gets even dumber, though, right? So the guy that bought the license, the IP, what they're doing now. How much do you know about the whole blockchain, NFTs stuff?
Like, I kind of know what those words are. I kind of know what they mean. How it all works. No idea.
Which is exactly what they want you to think. But so the whole point of this is that they're making it like basically they're selling like pictures. You could buy Pog pictures, right?
Okay, yeah, I know what an NFT is. Non-fungible token. It's a digital picture.
But did you know now that it's had a rebranding, right? So they don't like calling it NFTs anymore. Now they call it digital collectibles. Anyway. So
it's just another form of money laundering. That's all it is.
So the brand has a limited edition hobby box, which you should get yours for the holiday season.
Nope.
Well, I saw the pricing for it. It comes with 8 authentic milk caps. I want to see the price of it because this is...
Okay, I am going to turn that heater off because it just keeps turning on and off and it's messing with the lights.
Oh, is that what it's doing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Every time it kicks on.
Yeah. I don't know how often it was going to kick on or whatever. So they're trying to sell them. Well, here's the twist. You have this guy Brent Scotchmer. I thought it was a Scotchmaster. Yeah, it's not that cool, but he has collected trading cards since he was 6 years old and was there for the Pog craze of the 90s, amassing what he estimates likely the largest collections, at least in Australia. He has around 20,000 Pogs.
Get a life.
I was gonna say this is somebody who has not done much in life.
I don't know much about this guy, but I tell you this: I think he's probably single.
Oh man, you know I'm not. It'd be kind of funny though to like do a little research and look him up, and he's got like this gorgeous model girlfriend or whatever.
Oh wait a minute, I was gonna say, is he rich?
Well, I guess yeah. I shouldn't assume just because you have a lot of something that you have a lot of money. but since
there's a lot of people out there that have fun. There's people out there that have a whole lot of Funko Pops, and they're working at Dollar Tree.
Oof, man. But how soon until we start buying them at Dollar Tree?
When Dollar Tree raises their prices up that high, yeah.
Oh man, no. Well, I'm thinking their price goes down. You know what I mean?
Nope.
So since 2017, this guy Brent, he's worked with an illustrator on Topps to create nostalgic kind of like little things, one-offs like Garbage Pail Kids and Star Wars.
Okay, Topps. I remember Topps. Topps makes baseball cards.
Or all kinds of sports, I want to say.
Yeah,
maybe. Yeah.
A lot of memorabilia.
Which I think are worth billions these days, no?
Depending on which ones you get.
It kind of like fluctuated rapidly.
It really does.
Yeah.
It really does.
Your Ken Griffey Jr. Rookie card might have been better 10 years ago. I don't know. I don't know if he's killed anybody, so maybe that'll...
I mean, that really, it really does depend on. It's like how desirable is the card in that moment is what makes the value. And that's really the risk you take with any collectible. Some of my coins, today they're worth something, next week they ain't worth diddly. Just depends on the
exchange rate, or
how old it is, the condition of it, the market demand.
Yeah. If there's one guy out there looking for it, it's not going to be worth it.
Well, something the internet destroyed a lot, the internet's a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
Is population.
More like an axe, but okay.
Population of the item.
What do you mean?
Okay. So, an item being valuable and collectible, like that Faye Valentine collectible over there.
It's mine.
The one you said pointing a gun at Mickey?
Yeah.
Okay. Without the internet, you wouldn't know how many of those are available on the market. Who's trying to sell that collectible?
Exactly like that, yeah.
Yeah, or that Gohan collectible next to it. The one the kid doing the kick?
Yeah, kicking.
Okay. How many of those are out there available that other people are trying to sell? Yeah. But if you're into Dragon Ball Z or you're into Cowboy Bebop, especially since those are older, the Faye is really old.
Yeah.
Best had that for a long time. So that being a nostalgic, you might say, it's at least 20 years old, so it might be nostalgic range.
Yeah.
How many of those are available for sale? Probably not a whole lot. So if you're walking into your card shop and this is the mid-90s, they could probably charge a pretty decent amount of money for those. Yeah. However, now you could pull out your smartphone, go on eBay. Oh, wait a minute. Hey, it's $15 on eBay. What are you trying to pull here? It ain't 50. Collect the card shop is charging 50 for it. You go on eBay, it's like, it's 15. What are you talking about?
Yeah. What's so special about this? Did the voice actor like accidentally ingested one time or something? Like what? Yeah.
Is it even autographed? Yeah.
Yeah, anything. Yeah.
So the internet is kind of double-edged sword. One of the things the internet has done is, you're publicly available, the population of the item. How many of them are out there known to exist?
Yeah.
And so
to a reasonable number.
Yeah. And roughly the same condition. And that's one of the things about coins that I learned very quickly is known population. The more of them that are known to be out there, the value drops hard.
Oh, yeah, yeah. If there were 10,000 roaming coins out there in the world, compared to, and then like 10 years later, there's all the collectors have them, whatever, and then people still want to get those, then the value is going to go up.
Yeah.
It's going to stay at least the
Actually,
same.
An example of that is, okay, right now we're doing on our quarters. They've been doing this American Women of History series.
Oh.
So a lot of coin collectors are going out there and finding the newest ones. They're getting rolls of them.
Yeah.
And you can send them out to a place called the NCGS, like National Coin something Service.
Guild? I don't know.
I forget what it is. And they do it a rating. They could give it a rating. It's a point system. Maximum score is like 60.
Okay.
So you get one of those, you send it in, and you find it right away. Right after it's minted, it's a very low population.
Yeah. Give
it a few months. 4 months later, everyone else has found them. The population is known to be much larger. The value of that, boom. It's worth a quarter.
So, like, even say years down the line, you could just ship them there, and they'll like check it for you, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's
cool. I never heard.
And they just rate it based on the condition.
Yeah. They'll look at the
how the overall condition.
If it's tarnished, is this?
Yeah. And actually, tarnishing sometimes some people find tarnishing very valuable, like the older silver coins.
Right.
Dimes and quarters. If it's, what's the word I'm looking for? They don't call it tarnishing if it's
like the finish, I think. Yeah.
When it starts to turn, the silver turns a different color. Toning.
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 Okay. I thought I was trying to
silver when it tarnishes, it gets kind of this bluish tint to it. So the toning,
Yeah.
if it creates a very interesting look to it, almost like the patina on a car.
Yeah.
When the rust adds
Yeah,
character
yeah,
to
it makes it look
kind of cool
gives it
looking.
yeah.
If
like
the
a natural
coin
design.
has toned in a particular way that has a very aesthetic value, that can be worth something.
Just that alone. So that's kind of, I guess, a good way to sort of, you take 10 of those coins, a good way to individualize them. Like, well, this one has this really cool, So that's
like
cool.
I've seen dimes. It's like a 1963 Denver Mint dime. Okay, so it's a Denver Mint dime. It's probably worth about $2 because of its silver content.
That's like 20 times or whatever.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's pretty good. If you picked it up in your pocket change back in '63.
Hey, I'll give you a coin, man. It's 20 times its original value. Holy shit, that's awesome. $2. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. You can't really retire off that, but it's nice.
It sounds nice. Yeah.
Actually, I think today's silver content is closer to about $25 an ounce, so it might be closer to about $3, maybe $2.50.
Ooh, man. Yeah,
so for a dime, yeah. So that's 20 times the face value there. But anything 1964 and back, the dimes and quarters have a 90% silver content.
They have more. I didn't know the date, but they have more silver on them. Yeah.
Whereas nickels are just worthless because they're called nickels because that's what they're made of, is nickel. Until you get back into the 5-cent piece.
I was gonna say, what about the Buffalo nickel? Until you get that. Nope,
further back still. Except during World War II, the war nickels, those have I want to say 35% silver content.
Oh shit! But
it's very low grade silver.
So Buffalo nickels aren't popular, or not good. What are we talking about?
There's some key dates that are interesting. There you can.
So it's very so that's the ones that people sit there and spend a long time figuring it out exactly where this is from or whatever, the nickels.
Well, I mean, it says on it, D, P, or... But depending on the coin, someone will say D for Denver Mint, P for Philadelphia, S for San Francisco Mint. Very rarely you'll find a W, which is West Point. Those are rare. Those are worth keeping. S, the San Francisco mintage, those tend to be more rare, probably worth keeping. D's and P's, you find them all day.
Yeah.
Denver and Philadelphia are the main two mints that make the most coins. Here in California, we get a lot of Denver mints because we're close. Just because P's carry a little bit of a regional rarity.
Yeah.
Just because we're a lot closer to Philadelphia than we are Denver. Or
Denver,
Philadelphia. Yeah, we're closer to Denver than we are Philadelphia.
Okay. Now going back to the Pogs.
You learned a lot more about coins today than you thought you were going to.
Well, I was going to say, we talk about one circular object back to another. I'm trying to think, what's another circular object we talk about?
The planet?
Stamps. I don't know. The what?
The planet? Planet's a circle. It's a disc.
Well, I thought I said flat, but I was going to say
it's flat, but it's also round. It's a disc.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's right, yeah. I forgot what my criteria was because I was trying to think of something else. But back to the guy who was that had 20,000 Pogs, who's probably, I guess, a god in the Pog world, maybe? I don't know. But so he's been an illustrator.
Hi, Kevin.
When he caught wind that someone was trying to bring Pogs back, he reached out and soon found himself the art director. So they're basically trying to make brands with Disney, Star Wars, because they know how popular that was. So they're trying to see, this is where it gets funny when I listen to the people talk. Just because, this is from his words, just because an IP is 40, 50, 60, 70 years old does not mean that it doesn't have a life in 2024. So there is absolutely no reason whatsoever why Pog doesn't get to live in that world. There are all the reasons in the world why people would want this back. No, man, that's terrible. That's
you had me in the first half.
Not even that, dude, because just because it's this old doesn't mean it doesn't have a life. Of course not. Yeah, just because, flappers were popular back then doesn't mean they can't come back.
40, 50s, Star Trek. The original series, that's 1967. Battlestar Galactica, that has a following. V has a following. There's a lot of good stuff out there from the 50s that has a following still.
Well, see, I guess that was dumb because...
Twilight Zone.
Well, from my sort of I don't know, I guess it doesn't clear it up, but it's more if it, just because it's 40, 50, 60 years old, but it's still continuing now. You know what I mean?
G.I. Joe.
Did that drop in popularity? I never followed them that much.
G.I. Joe, it kind of rose in popularity in the 90s because of the
I
children's
thought it dropped.
cartoon.
Yeah.
But it's just as old, and so is Barbie. I actually have some vintage G.I. Joes.
As old as
Here's
what?
some-
70s, like you're talking about. Yeah, no.
60s.
Well, so I'm talking about stuff. Well, that's why I'm kind of against this argument that they're trying to put, because it's like you have Disney, man. Disney IP is ancient in corporate world, and it's still chugging along very well. You know.
Yeah.
Well,
In fact, the copyright just now ran out on the original Mickey design. Steamboat Willie has now dropped into the realm of
public license,
public domain because he's over 100 years old.
Yeah, see, I mean, you can't get more legacy than that, you know.
Yeah,
and then okay, from the same vein, which was probably before that, but then you think of like Popeye. Not too many people give a flying fuck about Popeye these days. You know what I mean?
Fair point.
Growing up, I was a huge Popeye fan because my mom lied to me like a lot of kids.
Eat your spinach.
Yeah, fuck that spinach, man. Now I can't stand Popeye. Anyway, what is his name? Brutus? Bluto, yeah. Whoop his ass, Bluto. Don't let him eat that spinach.
Popeye and his girlfriend, olive oil, and the baby sweet pea.
My favorite was always the hamburger today.
Wimpy.
Wimpy, yeah. I forget Wimpy. Both.
There used to be a place called Wimpy's Hamburgers.
Really? Oh,
yes.
Man. How could you not? Well, that's the thing. If you put out a Wimpy's Hamburgers today, you ain't getting much traction. You know, you might get a couple. This is cool, and then a month later, nobody gives a shit about your terrible burgers. But so that's kind of a dumb. Where it's like, just because it's old doesn't mean it doesn't have a place now. It's like, well, you have stuff. I mean,
yes and no.
Well, I think they're making the argument of like, just because it came and went so long ago doesn't mean it can't come back. And it's like, well, yeah, obviously not. But it's like,
I mean, if Shutter Shades can make a comeback,
are they making a comeback?
They did, and then they went again.
But they came twice.
I think so.
I don't. I maybe I didn't catch the first wave, but yeah.
Either way. How many times I come and come is my.
But this guy, okay, so they're trying to make him back. Oh, this is what I wanted to tell you, so you could get your limited edition, right? The hobby box has 96 Pogs and a Slammer, but with this is where they really get you. But within it, collectors can score a rare numbered Slammer in 22 karat gold, a numbered mini poster, or other Easter eggs. Ooh. So how much is this worth to you, Mark? For 96 Pogs and a Slammer, how much would you pay for that?
$29.95.
Gonna have to multiply a few times.
Okay, wait. What's the gold content in that Slammer?
What's a 24 karat one? But it says you could get it. So
yeah, but are we talking about just gold plating, solid gold alloy? What are we talking here?
Looks like you gotta buy. If you got an ass, you can't afford it.
Well, I mean, gold's running about $2,100 an ounce right now.
So you're trying to see how heavy it is?
Yeah, how much gold are we talking?
Well, it didn't mention, but again, you might get it. You know what I mean?
I think this guy's trying to keep up with the NFT thing, so probably a couple grand for this box.
Oh, no, because it's only 96 Pogs and a Slammer.
Only 96 Pogs and a Slammer. So
less than 100, pieces. So try to price, how many cents or dollar amounts?
We're trying to make it into modern art, so logic is out the window. I'm thinking $1,000.
Hell, then you're getting a bargain, sir, at $120.
Wow,
that's over $1 a pog. And even in my heyday, I don't think I spent that much. Yeah,
no way for
a cardboard thing or whatever.
And stuff was cheaper in the 90s, but we were still paying like 60 cents for a full-size candy bar.
Oh man,
I remember that because I
don't remember that at all.
I remember that.
Yeah,
because that was in my shoplifting phase.
Oh, okay.
When I was in the foster home for that year, I was fourth grade. Yeah. That was when Pogs were. That was the same year. Pogs was everywhere.
Yeah, I
had a collection of them in the foster home, and I was thinking about it one day. It's like, man, if you're stealing stuff, they can't sell as much stuff, and they've got to raise the price on their Somehow it came up, and I got the idea of shops sell stuff to make money, and if they have less stuff, they have to charge more for the stuff they have to make enough money to stay in business. Yeah. So as I'm stuffing candy bars into my coat pocket, I'm thinking about this, and I remembered and I got really guilty.
Yeah.
When I went in the next a couple days later, and I realized the price had gone up from 60 to 65 cents for a Milky Way.
Oh, yeah. So
I got really guilty. I'm like, oh my God, I just caused the price went up 5 cents because I'm stealing stuff.
But see, if you were a couple years older, then you probably would have realized, like, so in other words, I should keep stealing because they're just going to raise the prices anyway,
No, don't steal. The government hates competition.
Yeah, that's very true. So $120. This is what
Stealing hurts businesses. If you don't believe me, look at San Francisco.
Nobody's stealing over there. They're just
there's nothing left to take.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah. So for $120, Scotchmer says we're hitting heavy with this one. This is for the hardcore people who've been waiting for 30 years. I.e., that guy himself, because he has 20,000 to offload. You know what I mean? That's not even a nerd. What do you even call that? That's just
geek.
Delusional? No.
Yeah, that's a delusional dweeb. Way to go, weeb.
Oh, this is great. Ultimately, Pog Digital. Okay, so this is his official name if you want to Google it.
There we go. There's the NFT money laundering.
No. Pog did not launder the money. Pog Digital. So
Pog
get that
Digital.
guy.
Yeah, we're making digital art and charging thousands of dollars for it.
Then when they raid the offices, they're just like a puppy sitting on a chair, just licking his nads. Okay, so they're saying it's a market test and one that has proven a demand. Though the company didn't disclose any specific data. Oh, imagine that.
Yeah,
we had tremendous success. How much? We don't want to tell you. Okay,
you just have to buy it to find out.
So
if you want to know how much success we're having, then you're just gonna have to buy the company to find out.
You buy the company itself. This is funny how much they're trying to stick to the old shit.
Proprietary information.
Yeah, there you go. Sign this NDA, please. As for the art, he says his goal is all about preservation, cleaning up some things and refining others, and adding, say, an iPod here or other modern elements there, but keeping the core of the original brand intact.
iPod.
Well, that's where I'm getting confused because when I first read
Dude, iPod was 20 years ago. Where you at, bro?
Oh, that's true. I didn't even catch that. He said or other modern. Maybe he's saying iPod, but also maybe more modern stuff. But I thought maybe in the mystery boxes you would get an iPod, which is okay, that's kind of neat.
It's a fun piece of nostalgia.
Yeah.
But again, that's 20 years ago. It's already obsolete. Yeah. Anything your iPod can do, your phone does.
Your baby monitor probably could do.
Some people.
But
some baby monitors, yeah.
If you buy the name brand one. The Montgomery Ward baby
Bluetooth
monitor.
ones, yeah. Montgomery brand baby monitor.
It blocks out mode.
Full circle.
Yeah, that's right. But I thought in the mystery boxes you would get an iPod, which I thought was neat. But it kind of sounds like maybe on the Pog you would have an iPod.
If we're going 90s nostalgia, I want a Walkman. I want my Discman.
Discman, yeah.
Discman.
I still have mine somewhere, dude. It's solid. I have one, the first one that I bought myself, which was, I bought it in the early 2004, and even then it was already ancient. It's like this big, kind of square shape more.
Oh man,
yeah, dude. It's
you
all
got
black.
an old one.
Yeah, it's solid. I love that thing.
I love trying to jam that thing into your pants pockets.
Oh no, it's not going in your pants. But that one, the thing with that one, the black one. You can't even fart because it skips. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, you got a bad one. Dude.
No.
That must be old. That must be a really
didn't have the
model.
anti-skipping technology because my other one that's more modern by that is champagne color, I think. but it's like 3/4 the size of the original one.
Yeah,
so
sleek.
That puppy goes in your back pocket.
I still have a Discman Beth gave me when we first started dating. She didn't need it anymore. She had a car. I still have it.
For a car?
No, it's just a Discman.
Okay. Yeah.
But I used it a few years ago back when we were in Amway.
Yeah.
And I was on my way to some big meeting, go there and learn all these things. Drove to San Diego. You remember that trip?
Yeah, right, yeah.
When your car was just shaking the whole time.
Yeah. But so what about your?
I had a Discman. Well, the radio in my car doesn't work.
I got you. Okay.
So I used my Discman, put it on the passenger seat, and I'm just
with headphones on.
Yeah.
Both headphones, Mark.
Yes.
You know it's illegal, right?
Catch me if you can. Renegade for life.
Well, how many damn drivers on their phones are you gonna see before? Are you gonna harass me for having my 2 headphones in, jackass? Yeah.
That's right. And so I jammed out to
Master Puppet,
Megadeth.
Oh yeah, you're just
what? No, let's see. What albums did I have with me? I had Hellbilly. I had Rob Zombie Hellbilly Deluxe. So no, I'm sure I had that. And I was really into Five Finger Death Punch at the time.
Oh, when they first came out, probably. No, they were already
This was
3
only a
albums
few
in.
years ago. This is
They're older than I think. I always, when I come on the radio, I'm always like, oh yeah, but then you look up and they've been out for a decade or something.
yeah, they've been
more.
marching along. They're just now getting their radio play.
No, they've been getting ready to play for a while.
Yeah.
But I think they
The album American Capitalist, I was just like rocking out to that because like it's like I'm in business.
Oh yeah, that's cool. Yeah, it's a good soundtrack. That's funny. Yeah.
The song Welcome to the Pride, I love that one.
I don't recognize them. I've only heard mainly their singles. I might have the first album.
Like that song is 80% of him just like rapid fire and rhyming brand names into a song.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Ivan Moody is his name, the singer. I think it's corny.
It's like he just like put it all together. It's like it's just such a fast pace and you're into it, and just like you just catch the last one. It's like the last one is Rick fucking James.
Oh really? That's
Yeah,
funny.
I'm Rick James. Hold my drink.
That's a good way to end a song, huh? That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny. He's Rick James. Yeah, so we're gonna get iPods, I guess.
Okay, well, good luck with your iTunes account.
Yeah, your iTunes. Oh, so the guy keeps going. I wanted to make sure that somebody else didn't come in and try and reinvent Pog. So he wanted to preserve the
No one's going to steal no one's going to make knockoffs of this 30-year-old thing that no one cared about.
Yeah, for more than half a second. I wanted to give myself this position just so that somebody else didn't screw it up. My job is to preserve Pogman. I like the picture right after that because I like perfect illustration. Like, yeah,
Down the hole.
dead in the ground, baby.
Dead in the ground. Down the memory hole. Through the memory hole it goes.
I don't even want to read because they're talking about. So they are making not just digital ones, but they're going to make the actual ones. And so here they start asking like, what's going to be the difference? Which is nobody cares. But ultimately, while the Pog team is targeting nostalgic adults first, they want the games to filter down to today's kids. How are you going to try to convince today's youth glued to their fucking phones, have VR sets walking around to like you want to play with the, if they're not. When's the last time you seen a kid playing jacks? All right, that's your chances of somebody sitting on the ground. Yeah. It's the exact same setup,
Go tell a 10-year-old today to go play marbles on the sidewalk. No, they're not gonna do it.
Fuck, man.
I remember being, marbles were everywhere when I was in like second, third grade.
Yeah, it never was really big around me, but I played it kind of. I don't even know how to play it. Just hit another marble, I guess.
I think that was the thing. It's like it was like this is like gambling for kids. All of these games are just gambling for kids.
Pogs. I'm trying to get more I'm trying to get your Pogs. And,
you and somebody else put in an equal amount of Pogs, and you just take turns slamming that stack until there's nothing left.
And I promise you, I cheated more than once because
everybody did. If you weren't cheating, you weren't trying. Same thing with marbles. You drew a circle on the ground.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
And you and another kid put an agreed to amount of marbles in the circle, and then you start just firing in there.
Yeah. See which ones you get hit out.
Yeah. And the ones you knock out, you keep.
And I can't tell you how more than once when I played against kids younger than me, like, I'm sorry, man, but I'm using privileges, man. No, you don't understand. If mine didn't go out, I still keep it because of this,
Yeah. Yeah.
You want to kick your ass, kid? No, I'm just kidding.
Man, just making up rules.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Hey, they don't know.
It's kind of funny. You speaking about marbles kind of made me think like we could do like a sort of a game instructional, you know what I mean? Because we're teaching how to play marbles, and we're teaching how to play pogs, and we're teaching how to play jacks. Like, okay, you take these little,
do that. Because I mean, that touches the thing of the preservation of knowledge, preservation of technology and knowledge.
Yeah.
Kind of touches one of my niches, and it's like that's one of the things about this whole room is I'm just trying to preserve technology
or
knowledge.
Yeah.
Technology and knowledge, because it's so easy for knowledge on how to use things, how to fix things. It just disappears.
Well, see, I don't use it like other people, but I hear like YouTube's really good for that though. People anytime, and I've maybe used it for like a video or two. I mean, I looked up how to wire the camera in my RAV4, so I know how to do it. Like, when would I actually physically get to do that? I mean, that remains to be seen.
Recently we had some plumbing trouble. I learned how to troubleshoot and diagnose the gas control valve for my water heater.
Oh, okay.
Thanks to YouTube.
Yeah. That's a pretty good one too. Because even with electricity, as long as you shut off the source, you're doing fine. That kind of deal. So for Pogs, they're trying to first create like video games too. Who's this guy? This guy's
Pog video game.
Well, that's how they're trying to bring in the youth, obviously. What's this guy named? Because I like this person's name, but
I could see that working with the VR. If you've got the motion capture and the VR, I could see that.
Okay.
You got to get that motion just right.
But see, now I'm getting more annoyed because Pog, if you're gonna bring this crap back, Pog is a completely fictional game. It's like trying to tell somebody, let's play Dungeons and Dragons, but like let's play it on a PC. It's like, well, that kind of takes away.
Isn't that basically what Warcraft is?
Well, that's different though because that's rebranded.
Warcraft, Baldur's Gates, Elder Scrolls. That's all Dungeons and Dragons.
But it's different because Dungeons and Dragons, and I'm not a historian on it at all, so you can completely tell me where I'm wrong about it. But it's created to be, where you're sitting around, kind of like board games,
Well, yeah. I mean, these are just digital adaptations of that idea.
But so like, if you play the actual, the Dungeon Master and you have the map and stuff like that, but it's still a different experience than World of Warcraft. And again, that's a separate entity. World of Warcraft.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's sitting in a room with a couple of guys versus sitting in front of your console. That's always going to be a different experience. You're right about that.
Well, I'm talking about more about like the actual physical gameplay of Pogs and Jacks and Dominoes or whatever, and then trying to say like, what if we made this experience but in digital form? Is like, well, it's not the same thing then, It's like you're playing a different game. It's not Dominoes. It's not Jacks. So that's why it's like we're okay.
You don't have that textile interface with it.
Well, for me, okay.
The feel of the cardboard, the feel of the brass slammer.
Well, yeah. So Pogs, you're supposed to. It counts on your, how much you slam it and your physical. It's supposed to be a physical game. So if you're saying that let's play it in a digital form, it's not Pogs. It's something different. You're playing. It's digital.
Well, I'm thinking like the Oculus.
Yeah.
Okay, it's got the hand things. So does the Switch. You've got the paddles that you hold onto, and that measures your movements.
Okay,
so that's why I say, in Pog,
it's close to
taking your slammer down.
Yeah.
You got to get that move just right.
You got to do the turn and
aim it just right. Hold your fingers. Yeah. So how you hold the slammer and how hard you hit it and what angle you throw it at.
Yeah.
And now all that stuff just right. And motion capture technology on games like the Switch and the Oculus, pretty damn good.
I mean,
it's pretty sensitive.
They keep refining it,
So I could actually see a digital adaptation to that being a fair facsimile of playing Pog.
Okay, that is a good point. I give you that. That is a good point. But for me, it's more like, especially if you're you're bringing it back. You're like, hey, new kid, new generation, here's Pog, this is what we did. I guess it's more like they're trying to sneak it by them by using...
well, I mean, like you're making your own case. You realize this.
Yeah.
That by saying is like they're making this facsimile of Pog as a digital game.
Yeah.
How are you going to get it in front of a kid when they're glued to their phones? You make a digital facsimile.
Well, so I guess, but the question or the main thing of this, what I thought these people are trying to do is bring back Pog so they could sell, the cardboard. But if you're but if you're giving them a digital one, I'm not going back to a tactile stuff. You know what I mean?
Actually, people do, and
you think so? Okay, that's
yes, because Amiibo. Because of things like Amiibo.
Yeah.
People, and there's this thing Lily's been watching. It's Mario Lego sets.
No, I have those, yeah.
Yeah. And it's got it lights up and Mario turns on and he talks and it interacts.
Yeah.
That is an analog facsimile of a digital game. Because those things exist, I'm willing to bet I could totally see the case they're trying to make. That they're making the digital game, which is a facsimile of Pog.
Yeah.
They're making digital Pog. So I would bet you can get people to go out and buy real Pog if they've played it online.
I feel like completely against it, especially with as we're not going to make this wasn't the focus of the discussion, so we're not going to go that deep. But when it comes to like that kind of tactile stuff, it's so much more convenient. We have now streaming. Way more people, even collectors or whatever, but there's a lot more people that it's much easier to have your millions of movies in this hard drive versus your stacks of closets and
Oh, definitely.
Well, and as people are like downsizing,
definitely. I mean, that dresser is pretty much all physical media.
And if
it's an 6 drawer dresser, and it's all just shoved full of physical media.
And say if your sort of collection what's the word I'm trying to think of? Like your intention was more to get as much as possible, and you pivoted to like strictly digital stuff. It'd be almost impossible for you to go back to physical media. You know what I mean? Like even now, I haven't bought a CD in ages because it's a lot easier for me to get new music, listen to new music. And I mean, years ago we talked about streaming, how we love our movie, and I still do like the physical stuff, but it's not only the producers are sort of emphasizing that more, that it makes less sense to move to the digital stuff. Best Buy no longer sells hard copies because of that. Shit like that, you know. So that way
it's harder to move physical media.
Yeah, so for you know, Pogs to sell, hey, we sold, you know, I don't know what the numbers are good for games.
Yeah, I mean, I see where you're going. It's only going to be a percentage of people who play the video game.
If that, yeah.
It's going to be a percentage of people who play that buy the real
Physical
ones.
Yeah.
And
because 99%,
some of the people that are going to come in with the nostalgia.
Yeah, that's where they're going to make the most sales. Yeah.
Yeah, people our age on nostalgia are going to buy. A percentage of people our age that have the nostalgia of playing it when we were kids might buy it, and a percentage of people of young kids now playing the video game are going to buy it. It's not going to be a whole market. It's going to be a percentage of those two markets.
But that's kind of my okay. That's pretty good though. That's the overall. I don't know my argument, but the percentage I feel overall is so low that it's like, one, you're spreading yourself out. You know, you're trying to hit all these little hot topics, right? Ooh, NFTs, we got that, kids. Ooh, you know, they're gonna start. I don't know, iPods. You like iPods? There's a picture of an iPod on the round disc. It just, as far as I'm not investing in this company, that's for sure. But
no, I think this is definitely gonna be a flash in the pan, just like every NFT.
This is gonna make,
which to me are completely stupid to spend money on.
Well, I like reading the sort of threads online or something of people was like, you know, they just copy and paste the picture and then they just repost it. And people are like, hey man, that's mine. Like, okay, but what are you gonna do? Like,
what are you gonna do about it?
Take me to the cyber court? Like, there's nothing you can do, idiot. Like, I just copy and paste it. You pay.
Buying an NFT is like buying a ringtone. Okay.
Hey man, I like getting a phone call, getting jiggy with it. That was my jam. So
I mean, for a while there, I had custom text alerts.
People, that's funny that people I hear that complain not as often, but it is when it pops up. How like, I can't believe we used to pay for ringtones.
Yeah, I mean, people used to do that. We used to pay for limited edition or collectible ringtones. That was a thing for a while.
And don't you want to hear Master of Puppets?
I made my own ringtones at one point.
I tried one time. Yeah.
I pulled my phone. I sat there in front of the computer. I pulled my phone out, and it had a void audio recorder on it.
Oh, yeah! Wow, you went straight. Like I thought you copied the audio and made it yours. You just straight.
No, I didn't have any. I didn't have any editing software back then. Yeah. This is. Oh God, we were still in Peachwood Apartments back then, so I think it was before Lily was born. So this is about at least 10 years ago.
Okay. Yeah.
So.
Probably towards right when ringtones was ending, kind of, I think.
Kind of, yeah. But I just wanted something as a text alert.
Yeah.
I wanted the Team 4-star. Oh, God damn it, Nappa! They're Vegeta, yelling at the character Nappa. God damn it, Nappa! I thought that would be funny to have as a text alert.
Yeah.
I start my desktop computer.
Yeah.
I find the episode with just the right one that I wanted.
Yeah.
And I sat there recording. Getting it just the lag between when you press play and press record.
Yeah.
It took a couple trial and error getting the lag just right.
Tolerable.
I got it.
Yeah.
To where when I got a text message, God damn it, Nappa!
As bad as this?
Oh, it was better than that.
Hey, that timing was dumb though. When I said, it was still like a delay. But I'm serious though. Is it bad as this tone? Yeah, there we go.
That was good. See, you took
I don't have the
slack.
time. Yeah. I had to flip the slack.
That was good. That was good.
You won't hear that for the rest of this episode. It has no context in there.
But that was what I did. It's like, well, hey, you can't do that. That's our, for copyright, like you're saying. It's like you can't do that. It's like, what are you gonna do about it?
Well, it's. I read something recently. It was a question though, so I didn't kind of follow up all that. But about how did we used to get the FBI warnings before? You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, on VHS.
Yeah. Well, my favorite one growing up was always like, don't record this baseball game because it's the sole property, and I'd be like. I think I recorded.
How are you gonna know if I do or not?
Yeah. Or the FBI was always my favorite. Like, you look out your window. Well, probably the worst part.
See the van, Flowers by Irene.
Flowers by Irene. No, Flowers by
the
Isaac.
black van with the satellite dish on top.
They're onto us, and they run off. But my favorite thing about like back then was especially, you know, watching like say VHS of like a porno or something. And then so now I was like, I'm double paranoid because like the FBI is going to watch me watching porno. You know? You know, they're going to know all the freaky things I'm into anyway.
Midgets throwing pies at each other.
Oh man, that's my favorite.
Oh God, what was that? Kentucky Fried Movie.
What they have in that? I remember watching it, and I don't remember.
Okay, it's a VHS that Beth and I have. It's called Kentucky Fried Movie.
Yeah,
it's basically SNL with no rules.
Yeah,
and they made a mock porno in one of these. The name of it was Catholic Schoolgirls in Trouble. And one of the sequences was like, you know, a midget throwing a pie at these girls, or taking, you know, the banana cream pie, just like hitting it against a girl.
Were they like wearing the habit and stuff?
No.
Oh, they
no, Catholic schoolgirls, not the nuns.
Oh, my bad. Okay, yeah. But they were wearing the Catholic schoolgirl outfit? Probably.
Maybe. Yeah. Like a pleated skirt, I guess. It's been a while since I've watched it. I don't really remember, but I just thought it was funny. It's like, it's making like all these jokes about porn movies, and like, you know, this midget takes a banana, you know, he takes a cream pie and throws it at a horse, and he throws it at the girls. And it's like,
oh, I see. Okay, I was trying to like figure out where they were trying to mock, and like, oh, I see. Okay,
you know, and someone's, you know, Sylvia something in her award-winning role, and it's just a naked girl rolling across grass.
And like you know, laying down when they do that roll. I forget his name.
You know, in her award-winning role, she's rolling across the grass.
I missed that one. That's funny.
And you know, it's
oh yeah, I do have that one.
Oh, it gets even worse in that movie. It's so funny.
I remember liking it.
And they make a parody of, but probably one of my favorites was the parody of Enter the Dragon.
The Bruce Lee flick where he has the scratches on his chest.
Probably. I think so. And he goes to the desert. You know, he goes to the island, fights the evil boss.
Yeah, with the hand claw.
Yeah, Doctor. You know, his name is Claw.
Yeah.
Dr. Claw.
Dr. Claw.
And it's a parody of that Bruce Lee movie, and it's so funny.
Like I said, I remember, you know, most of those segments I thought were pretty good, and it was a few years back where I watched it. I like to dig through stuff sometimes, and you know, what other comedians like, or like what's, you know, like I've tried. Have you ever watched Fletch? There's an old movie with Chevy Chase.
No.
And I don't like Chevy. Like most people, I don't like Chevy Chase.
One thing that'd be great for the viewers here, it's like every once in a while, you know, between their movies, it would cut back to this anchor man who's just be like, say some like really off the wall stuff. Yeah. Film at 11. It's like, I'm not wearing any pants. Film at 11.
Oh yeah, to do a little like cutaway.
Yeah. It's like the Monty Python. And now for something completely different.
or I always like, you know, the simple ones, like where the desk's in the middle of the ocean, you know, it's like, it's, and then stuff.
Monty Python's Flying Circus.
All right, so to finish off the Pog Talk that we're so excited about, this is what I like.
We're excited about it?
Yeah, well. Okay, there it goes. But I didn't catch who this guy is, but I like his last name. His last name is Frisbee, which is kind of funny, again, tying it with like toys. But on the horizon, Frisbee says the brand has a partnership with Care Bears coming up, a PGA Tour project, and collaborations with Lamborghini, Forbes, and other brands. It's a lot. Is Pog reaching? Because, you know, if you look at the Venn diagram of the Care Bears and Lamborghini owners and PGA Pog. And Forbes, I mean, those things are like pretty far out.
Forbes magazine?
I guess, man. That's what I mean. Talk about, if this doesn't sound like a company that went out and said, like,
I could see golf, Lamborghinis, and Forbes being intertwined.
Well, forget the intertwined.
Because investment bros talking about things on the golf course, and then they finish their rounds and they go and get in their Lamborghinis and drive home.
I was thinking of old men on the golf course. They're like, what do they know about Pog? But I'm like, what do they know about Pog? But you have to be...
Yeah, they're probably like 60 now.
Yeah,
okay. Like, I remember my kid playing that. Seemed like it was kind of stupid. Seemed stupid then. It's even stupider now.
Grandpa, get back in the home. Oh, you can't touch me. At least put your pants on again. But yeah, Frisbee says... I like the I don't know. That's kind of, that doesn't cement how like quick rich scheme this sounds like. You know, it's like
definitely.
Because if you sit there and, you know, I don't know how they do it, but like you get an investor list of like, these are the people associated with, you know, the Pogs that you're trying to invest with. And you got PG&A. Maybe they think, you know, people think Lamborghini, like, ooh, that means money. So there's a lot of money there. Like, yeah. but that's not gonna happen. If you think you're gonna see a Lamborghini,
Like
wrapped
PGA, like the golf.
what says PGA? I think it said tour. Let me see.
Yeah, PGA Tour.
Tour
professional-
project.
Yeah. PGA golf tours. Yeah.
Because this is how little I know about golf. But if you don't connect Tiger Woods with Pogs, and what kind of world we're living in. Does he still play? I feel like he still plays. He's just not as up.
Man.
I don't know. Fuck it. I don't care about golf. Quiet on the course or whatever. But yeah, so Pogs is coming back. I don't think we're gonna talk the hour or the 2 episodes about Pogs, but
Yeah, here we are.
But it was gonna be about nostalgic stuff. That's funny though. Care Bears. That's still people even like people still remember that fondly.
Yeah.
Nobody thinks about flat cardboard discs and slammers and think like those were the days.
Wow, I wish that would come back.
When I was 17. Yeah, no, we're not thinking that.
No. Nobody's.
I was only
nobody's
10
missing,
actually. So, yeah.
Nobody's missing Pog that badly, man. I think this guy's dreaming.
But Pog man, the Pog man, does he not strike you as like the homo? Who the fuck cares about Pog man? Maybe without
You know
teeth.
what? Actually, just that image,
Yeah.
I could see people liking the Pogman image and wanting that for something.
But he looks like a dried out prune. Look at
It definitely does.
yeah, he looks disgusting. He's just a rotted prune. Yeah, no, fuck that guy. he's got the 4 fingers like the Simpsons though. That's something.
Well, yeah. Have you ever tried drawing a hand?
So the guy, yeah, that spinner hand looks pretty awful. That blade looking hand at the bottom,
Yeah.
looks like helicopter blade.
Blah.
Yeah, grab the Pogs. I don't know. Why don't you draw, iPod on those Pogs? Why you gotta give us these shitty colors? But yeah, get excited for Pogs, man. Mark, what do you think? $120? We make our own Jive Ass Poglian? The Jive Ass Poglian show. That's what I'm gonna call this one.
Poglian show.
Yeah. Passion Orange Guava. Yeah.
Passion orange guava.
I think I should have done the rim shot. Whatever. Let's see. We got to kill 4 minutes, Mark. So,
Do.
let's see. What can I talk about for? Oh, I can talk about ours on Batman. Did you know that Batman never has any butt sweat? I don't know. I was trying to think of.
I don't know, man. That rubber suit. I'm kind of thinking it's all butt sweat.
No, man, it's lined. Are you kidding me?
Lined?
It's lined, dude. It's absorbent.
Okay, yeah. I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah,
However, did you know Michael Keaton is actually claustrophobic?
no.
Yes, and so being in that suit was actually very hard for him.
Well, I was gonna say in the movie, isn't there a scene like where he flips around from like a capsule? Like he goes in a capsule, regular clothes, and then he turned to Batman, and then it flips him out.
Yeah.
Well, God, I figure in that he probably was unconscious in that too, because like just wake me up when you flip me over, man. Because I can't imagine.
Yeah.
I've had MRIs, and I'm not claustrophobic, but I can see him definitely being like, "Fuck this."
Yeah. So it was actually really hard on him being in that suit, and then being like in the cockpit of the bat jet.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Being in that, or being in the Batmobile, being like all closed in something, and then you're in this suit that's like just all right there.
Well, I mean, you have what, Mr. Mom. You have Beetlejuice. Like this man is like he's a legend. He's put in the work.
Oh yeah,
Birdman. Like hell, he was Vulture in the newer Spider-Man movies. Like this man is pretty. I like that the whole
Johnny Dangerously.
That's right. Yeah. Like that guy's great, man. I didn't realize how much I like Michael Keaton until just the Batman.
He just kind of shows up.
He's just hell. I even like. Well, you guys don't like Will Ferrell, but I always talk with people that watch that movie with Will Ferrell and what's that actor? I don't know. He does action movies, but where Michael Keaton, he's the leader of the cops, the chief, and he keeps saying like TLC songs. Like he's telling the guys like, all right, guys, you go out there, don't be no scrubs. And they're like, and they're calling him like, Chief, that's a TLC song. Like, what are you talking about? And then later he's like, don't chase waterfalls, guys. Don't chase those waterfalls. Like, come on, Chief, like you're messing with this.
No idea what you're talking about.
Well, yeah, it's that movie, but Michael Keaton is very funny.
Okay.
You take my word for it.
I'm just gonna have to because I have zero idea what movie you're talking about.
Yeah, I was trying to kill another minute and a half, but I'm kind of not really. But I'm, Michael Keaton, what was it called? Jive Ass Poglian show.
Jive Ass Poglian show.
Jive Ass Poglian show. We should make our own NFTs though. I think we.
I could. The thing about it is, it's like a lot of that kinds of stuff. Modern art or postmodern art.
Oh, homeboy, that, or I don't know if it's a guy, but the banana taped to the wall, it is sold recently again, so it is changing hands.
All that stuff, it's
money laundering.
Art. It's money laundering, and it's, going all the way back to the 50s, I actually watched something.
Is it art or is it fart?
It
Oh,
is fart.
we need to do that. That's a good episode. I do like art legitimately, and I don't know how Beth is with art, but
Well, I'm going to plug it. Fat Electrician on YouTube. He did a whole deep dive on modern art. The invention of modern art, going back to, oh God, what was his name?
Well, throughout, I've like I say, I like art, so and I like
Okay, the guy that was known for like dripping paint onto canvases back in the 40s, 50s.
It's the P guy. It's not Picasso. It's the other P guy. I think it's P guy.
But you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pollard. Jackson Pollard.
Jackson Pollard paintings.
Pollard.
Okay. That was the start.
Pollock, sorry.
Jackson Pollock, yes. Yeah. That was the start of modern art.
You know what? Before we get that way, you think
it's all a CIA psyop? It literally is a CIA psyop.
But in your, this is not trying to like to stuff we've heard of whatever. But in your specific person, I guess this episode will get too long. We get there, but you don't like Pollock. Like you think Pollock is garbage.
Lily can make the same art.
You think it's fart.
It's fake. Yeah,
you know what? So
it's fake art.
We should do some research because I'm one of those that like I don't know a lot about him, but from what little I've seen, and his drawing, like without diving into them, like I think they're fine. Like I don't.
It's fine, but I don't understand why somebody's like painting it.
20 millions and shit.
20 million for a white canvas for a banana taped to a wall.
Well, see, that's kind of the sort of the divide between like. I don't think they're on the same level, and I feel like you kind of do, like yeah. Okay, so that'd be a good dive. We do that.
I mean, I don't think that you should.
That's a good episode. Art.
It becomes more about the person and this whole mystique around it.
That's
than
interesting.
It is the actual art itself.
So I'm assuming because you like to do a lot of research, like you have more background or whatever regarding Pollock. Because I don't know much about the dude.
Actually, I don't either.
Okay, then
I'm just citing that one video I saw entrusting his research.
Oh, I never.
Okay, so Cold War.
Wait, let's do it. Let's do it for next time. 'Cause that's a good episode.
Okay. I mean, but
take notes for that because that's good stuff, man.
But it's all a CIA psyop.
How secure are you in that stance?
100%.
Ooh, man. Okay, so it might be our last episode before the CIA gets our hands on it.
Oh, don't worry. I'm already on several lists.
Well,
if they aren't coming for me, they're not coming for you.
Well, I'm thinking more CIA actually likes to, disrupt other nations. Yeah. We should be worried about FBI.
FBI, but the NSA.
But as long as we, talk shit about CIA, I think FBI leaves us alone. So as long as we don't try to trap...
Those groups all hate each other anyway.
Which is even stupider on a grander scale, you know what I mean? Anyway.
How many different groups are there in the... You know how many different federal bureaucracy the alphabet agencies? You know how many there are?
They make more because they don't like one and so they can create new ones. And it's kind of like, whatever.
Not counting Doge, the newest one.
Don't even go there, man.
I'm optimistic about that. I'm cautiously optimistic about that.
Have you seen their stupid mascot? How fucking dumb is that, man? Yeah,
the mascot.
They had the little happy. I forget what kind of brand is Shiba dog or something.
Oh no, not Dogecoin.
Yeah,
no. The Doge government.
Yeah,
Department of Government Efficiency. Doge.
I've seen the stupid dog on it.
Okay,
that's why it's stupid.
Well, Dogecoin has been around for a while, and has that dog on it.
Yeah, I know, yeah. Well, no,
that's why Elon's calling that new group Doge, because just to be a funny guy, just to pun it.
Which is, it's just the picture. I mean, the picture's stupid, but anyway.
Do you know approximately how many alphabet agencies are in existence right now?
In the U.S., you mean?
In the U.S.
Nope.
Nobody does.
Oh, I was gonna say probably more.
Best estimates put it somewhere between like 380, maybe 400 groups.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, when you get to the IRS, the EPA, the NSA, the FBI, CIA, ATF, ICE.
I mean, you can't even name 100, really.
I mean, yeah.
I can't name 20 probably, but
But when you start just adding these things up, think about it. We've only been a country for like 250 years. How is it we have like 400 government offices when we've only been a country for 200? That's like 2 government offices a year.
But then you got to look at it how little the majority of them does. And I don't mean where they fail to help out us at all. I'm saying like where they actually work-wise don't, you know what I
Don't
mean?
actually do anything. Yeah.
Because IRS, they do something.
I mean, this is it's an Office Space. It's
exactly.
the movie Office Space where the two guys are sitting there. It's like, what would you say you do here?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
I mean, that's the meme. That's Elon and Ron Paul sitting at a desk and like, and what would you say you do here?
Yeah.
And it pans back to the other guy, and it's all these. It's just the names of all these different agencies. Like,
I make the coffee in the morning. I come in and stuff. So yeah, on that note, the Jive Ass.
So yeah, welcome to the fold. You're now
Pod.
part of numerous watch lists.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Do not subscribe. Oh, that's a terrible. Yeah.
If you ever go missing, somebody will notice.
Yeah, just you know what? Update
That's the nice thing about it.
Yeah. So just make an update about it. Oh yeah, we've been putting out a show. Pretty regular. I think we missed one day or something for I don't know a couple years.
You
now.
have, but actually, I'd like to take this opportunity and hi. I've been
Welcome
gone
back.
for a while. Beth has been gone. Beth's not here today because she's not feeling well, so that's why it's just Tony and I. Discussions with Davis has been kind of mothballed. It's been on ice for a while.
It's what are you going to call it? It hasn't been like releasing its scheduled program.
It wasn't. I was doing it every 2 weeks, but things were getting really busy around our lives. There was a lot going on, and then in April, Grandpa died.
Yeah.
And that caused a bit of a thing. And then we had to help Beth's mom move in with. We had to help her move in with Grandma.
Yeah.
Because Grandma could not be left on her own.
Yeah.
She was too old, too senile,
Take
too
care
frail.
of herself, yeah.
Right. She couldn't take care of herself. And actually, that happened before Grandpa died. So we helped them move in with Mima and Papa, and then Papa dies, and then. While that's happening, Beth and I made a road trip down to, in midsummer, we made a road trip down to Long Beach to go watch some cousins get married. Yay!
When was Disneyland?
Disneyland was just before we went to go see that wedding.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was trying to remember. Wasn't it this year? Because I was like,
that was this year.
Okay, yeah. Because I was like,
and
I
then
could've sworn.
just last month, actually a couple weeks ago from the time of the recording, Mima died.
Yeah.
So we've just had all these things going, getting Lily through school. Lily's starting new therapy sessions. There's just been so much going on. I didn't have time to do any sort of research, any real planning.
Yeah.
So the last couple of episodes of Discussions with Davis were just us playing board games because that's all we could kind of think to do.
Which is fine.
It was really putting something out for the sake of putting something out.
Oh, I see what you mean. Your heart wasn't in it.
Our heart wasn't in it. We were just... it was The Simpsons seasons 25. They're just doing it.
Yeah.
It's not the seasons 1 through 9 anymore.
What do you mean 25, man? Don't you mean like 38 now or something?
Whatever it is, whatever they're on. You could tell it's so forced. It's the last couple episodes. It was the last season of Friends.
I mean, I never was a fan, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah. By the time that show ended, it was good that it ended.
Which is like every show almost these days.
Yeah. It goes long enough. It just... Ugh.
Well, let's avoid that, Mark.
I'm trying to get back into doing an episode at least every couple weeks.
Once a month, maybe.
Once a month, maybe every 3 weeks. We're going to work back to getting every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Now that I've simplified my editing process, learned a few things about making cards, made it a lot easier.
Cue cards?
Slides. Pictures. Whenever I put
see.
pictures in, I learned a new way of doing it. Makes it a lot easier.
Yeah.
So just really streamline the whole process. And another thing that keeps track, we're self-sponsoring ourselves.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Beth launched her Etsy store, Mugshots by Faye.
Oh.
And I launched my T-shirt shop, Apparel by Davis. I'll put on the YouTube side, I'll put links in the description for both of those. Right. So there was just so much going on. The show just took a back seat.
Well, and video, it takes a lot of work to produce it. It's a lot of data to manipulate, to play with. So it's,
definitely. If you're sitting here for an hour and a half,
it's easy.
It's going to be, making the show, producing the show is easy. You sit here, jab about something, for researching something to talk about, present that information, a few hours of
polishing it, whatever.
A few hours research, hour and a half recording, and then you're looking at about 2.5 to 3 hours editing and then getting it ready for publish.
Yeah. All right. Well, just talking about it is wearing you out.
It is. Oh my god! And I'm doing this all for free.
This is freaking free. Well, on that note, this is Tony Shava, your Jive Ass Alien with
Mark trying to make some money. Making money, Mark.
Making Money Moves, Mark. Yeah.
There you go, mate. Oh, I like that.
Yeah, that's yeah. Now, finally, after 3 years, we finally managed to make it work.
Perfection takes time.
Oh yeah,
Making money moves, Mark.
Can't rush it.
I'm keeping that. I gotta write that down.
Yeah, right. Patent pending.
Copyright.
You know what? How about you get M's tattooed on your knuckles? How's that?
I could do that.
Yeah, awesome.
I don't know. Right now, I'm thinking about getting a new job, so I don't want to get any tattoos on my fans.
We just do that. You know, do what you're doing right now.
No.
He's just like, so if anyone has a question, raise your hand. You just kind of like,
Yeah.
all right. Talk to you later.
Later. Bye.